So, I'm back with another grill video. This is Masterbuilt's Gravity Series 600. It's a digital grill, smart grill with smoking capability. Now, as you can see here over here, I did a set of videos on Masterbuilt's Series 545 grill. I have loved this grill ever since I did it, and so I'm really looking forward to digging into this guy and really seeing the differences between the two, how they operate, how they work. So, just like the Series 545 grill, I'm going to do a set of videos on this. So if you're interested, this first video that we're doing right now, unboxing, setup, actually building the grill out of the box. Second video I'm going to do is probably going to be similar to what I did with the Masterbuilt, the Series 545 one, doing the first cook, or I should say the seasoning of the grill. Burning off all the chemicals, things like that, getting it to operate the first time. Then I'm probably going to do a setup video on the Wi-Fi setup, seeing how to get the smart features on this. Then I'm going to finish it up with a full video review on the grill. So that's what's upcoming, but you got to start somewhere. Let's get this guy out of the box. Okay, folks. Again, welcome back to GeekSmart. And yep, just like the other one. If you watched the other one, I didn't realize it till later that this just slides right off. So I'm going to stick this upside down, and that's where all the garbage and recycling is going to go for now. Now the big thing about these Masterbuilt grills, I had it shipped in obviously from Masterbuilt, so it comes via freight. It's not a light box, it's a heavy grill. I think the freight all in total was over 200 pounds. But let's see how everything comes here. So I'm just going to set pieces off to the side. Looks like this is all taped together as one big piece. So that looks like it's several pieces. I'll get this out of the way. I might as well do this on rapid repeat here. I'm going to get everything off and get it off the lower box, and then we can talk about how everything comes in the box. Something to point out, there is a cardboard liner in here. It literally has yellow tape on here. It says do not remove until assembly is complete. So I'm gonna leave those in place. All right, I'm gonna try to move this onto the cardboard piece here. Yep, okay, so that's what that was. I can set it back up now. I'm gonna get all the cardboard and styrofoam and everything off the parts and all the bags, and then I'll be back. Okay, I have all the parts out here on my picnic table, and there's a decent amount. Just like before, not as many it seems as the 545, but we'll see how easy it goes together. We do have a big pack of screws, or fasteners, right? And then we do have the instruction manual. That's what we're gonna have to go by. So that said, let's get ready for step one. Now on the back of the screw package is where you'll see there's 40 A screws, there's 10 Bs, 2 Cs. That's for everything. So if I talk about a specific letter designation, that's what the owner's manual is telling me. So that's the screws we're grabbing. Okay, step one is actually not a hard one. We're just putting the clasp lever on this, which is in this bag that came in. I didn't remove it from the bag yet. That's this guy right here. And this is gonna go on here like so. And it's gonna use 4 B screws. There we go. The other part in that same bag with that guy is this washer and knob. Washer goes on first, followed by knob. All right. Now that we have that fastened in place, we can kind of hold on to this. We got to flip the grill over to start from the bottom. This is the way you want to do it on the cardboard. So we're putting the bottom. So we're putting the bottom of the hopper on, and interesting. All right, so this is going to go on here, this fiberglass guy. I'm going to pull these little cutouts for the holes out of the way because they're just going to get in the way otherwise. And then that's going to line up, and we're going to have 4 A screws through the bottom of this guy. So before you put that up there, I'm going to take the hopper kind of out of the way. Close the door for a second, at least. That door was pre-attached. And it's going to go on here like so. A little bit different, but... And that definitely comes right off. So we can just remove the door altogether. Okay, so that guy definitely has a direction. Make sure you put it on the correct direction. Oh, interesting. So there's actually 2 screws on the face too that look like it go through. So right here on the face, if I get this out of the way, there's 2 screws right here, and then there's a guard here. I think that this is actually going to drop in between those two, even though it doesn't show that on the instructions. But if I just put it over the face, it looks like this is hauled this way a little bit too much. So I'm going to take these out real quick, and I'm going to go in between the two, because that looks like the holes line up better for the in here. I'll put those in after I get this going. Yeah, now they line up back here really good. So I don't think this was necessary, but it definitely makes it line up better. It's not going to change the or alter the effect of how it's used, but I think it'll actually look better too. There we go. On this step, when we're putting this guy on here, I put 4 screws in on video, and then when I got to the next step, I realized 2 more screws. So there's actually 1, 2, 3 on each side, or 2 on the side and then 2 in the face, and then 2 on the other side. So just make sure you get all 6 before you go off to the next part. Okay, next part. These guys here are gonna, it looks like they say slide down, but they're just gonna go down on here. I think they're just setting down here for now, but I want to keep this out of the way. Just kind of go in these little grooves. Boy, that's another one of those that could almost go down in that. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna loosen this up. Yeah, that looks way better. So yes, it even shows in here to loosen those bolts up on there. Doesn't say to remove the ones on this side, but that makes sense to me, so we're good. Leg time. Okay, so for the legs, they're gonna go into these 3 holes each one. So we're gonna work on these 2 first, and we are gonna be using the ones that have the, looks like for the wheels here. So it's gonna go on here like so, and throw that one in there, and then we'll work on the next one, and I'll just kind of go down the line here. Now we got the other side that has the axle in it, and again the axle is going out away from the center there. We do have these 2 wires here we're going to keep out of the way. This one is the one that looks like it's solid, other than the 2 cutouts there, because there are 2 different ones. Now before we do the 4th leg and all that stuff, we're going to get these pieces that we slid into place. They're going to attach to the legs, and so we just got to get them in place. These are going to be with the V-screws. A little tricky, I think. I must go behind this. It's got to be what that does. Like that. So you got to go through that into the piece. That makes way more sense now. Okay. Now the other side. And does this line up? Oh, pretty close. Okay, so now between the legs here by the hopper, we have this piece here, and then this is step 5 if you're following along. This is going to go in here like this. There's going to be 2 bolts and 2 nuts. So A and E. 2 here, 1, 2. 2 here, 1, 2. I'm going to set these up here to start. I'm going to get these first, I think, because it'll just make it easier. Get them by hand, and then I'll tighten them out. It's a 10 millimeter nut. So if you have a wrench or anything. Okay, now we're going to use some A screws, and we're going to put this bottom shelf in place, right like this. And let's see, how's the best way to get it in there? Yep, just kind of bow it out a little bit. Looks like we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and eventually 8 total. But 6 to start before we can get this leg in place. Okay, now we got probably the final leg. 5 A screws and the final leg. Okie dokie. We got a nut, which is H. We got 3 of these G washers. Then we have the axle and 2 wheels. Now the axle has these 2 sleeves. I'm gonna slide those off. Now, the direction that we're going to put all this stuff on is we're going to start by going through a wheel natively. Then should be one of these G washers. Then should have one of these, I would assume it goes this direction. Yep, okay. So this heavy outer band here goes toward the wheel. Then we're gonna slide it through here, which we have to put that sleeve right through there, like so. Then the other sleeve is gonna go on here. It's gonna stop itself. Then we got a G washer, the other wheel, one more G washer, and then the nut. And then it's going to be grabbing a couple of wrenches. Let me do that. So I'm going to put my crescent wrench. There's a flat spot here in the center. And we're going to tighten the nut down. And we can go tight on this because it's actually built to have some slack. We're on step 9 now, and we're actually looking pretty good for parts. So, all right, let's keep going. Okay, well, we are done with the bottom, so it is time to start flipping it over. I'm going to take my time because I'm doing this by myself, and I'm gonna bring it down on this back side here and then stand it up against the wheel and that, so should be fine. It doesn't hurt to go as slow as possible. Not too bad, actually. So this step 9, is actually gonna be putting things back that we took out from the factory. So this guy goes in here like so. And then we have the door that came off very instantaneously for me. Seams. There we go. Nice and tight fit. Apparently, I forgot to put this on here. So this guy goes in here, goes up here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. There we go. That goes there. That goes there. Door goes on. And there we go. That's step 9 and 10. Okay, now it's handle time, which number 1 and number 43 are these washers pieces that come in a bag. 2 of them are for the top, and then 2 of these for the bottom. 2 C screws, and then of course the handle itself. So this is the handle. It's going to go on like so. And this guy like this. That's how the handle's going to go. These washers are going to go up like, let's not do that. These washers are going to go up like so. And yep, there's actually a hole. So, line up that. Just start getting them hand tight a little bit. Get that one going. And this in the same way. And there's the handle. Step 12 is another one of these items that we're going to be putting things back. So this is going to go back in here, of course, like so. And we still have all the electrical connections there. I accidentally skipped a step, and that is this little guy right here. It actually says Gravity Series right on it. Gets 2, or I guess 4 F-size screws on both sides. Completely missed it. And that's where it actually covers this up. It's right here. So I'm going to do that real quick. So this section's not the easiest in the world to do it like I'm doing it. So you don't have vision to see it back there. Now this door is not required, but okie dokie. Now I just got to tighten these up. Okay. So once you get these on and you have these 2 bolts up here done, it just slides up, goes in place like that. Pretty simple. Okay, so in addition to that other guy, we have the dripping pan. Slides in down below like so. Okay, now we have these 2 channels right here. There's 2 of these guys, one smaller, one bigger one on top. Slides in like that. And this guy, there is a small gap in there, like that. Now for this front shelf, I'm gonna take the top screws and just put them in very loosely. So these brackets actually have slip bolts for the very top bolt. And then we can tighten up the bottom and then tighten up the top after we get the bottom ones tight. Now we're good. Now for the left shelf with the control panel, we're gonna have these guys here, and we can also do the same loosey-goosey ones for the top bolts. But we do wanna make sure we use these spacers. Wanna have plenty of space there. The nice thing is both, not only this guy on both sides, also we are gonna have these to come through the center hole. So it will be like that. And the shelf does the exact same thing. So again, we do have, I'm gonna get this guy off of here so it's not in our way. I'm gonna feed these through the hole, the center hole, and then there we go. Now, 2 more A screws for the bottom. Now we do have the Wi-Fi antenna, and that Wi-Fi antenna is gonna screw right on here. All right, so there's that. Then we have these cables coming in that are gonna obviously be plugged into these guys. So we have male to female and female to male. Pretty simple to figure out which one goes where. Then we have the temperature probe that plugs into the bottom. It goes one way. There we go. So there's that. And then the antenna, I usually like to aim down. And then we have our power plug. This almost would have been easier before we put everything up. And then there are a couple twist ties in here too. But that said, the other electrical connections are down here and right here in the corner. So there's 3 coming in that come to these 3. So there's these 2, which I'm going to undo the twist tie that are tying them together. They should only go into 1. Okay, that's all those connections made real quick. So we need our last 2 B screws and then this crossbar, and it's going to go in down here. And there's actually 2 threaded posts right there. And this guy's gonna, the larger part of the hole is gonna be facing the side. I'm gonna hand thread these to get started just because they're small. And we got the big diffuser box. It's gonna go in here and go around that. And then set in place. I wonder if there's, look at that. 2 screws that go down there and actually sit down into that hole. And then you slide it into place and she stays there. So make sure you get these bolts down here into place into those grooves before you slide it in. And that's that. Now there's not much left but to put on the grates. And this guy slides in here, or you can obviously give yourself more bottom grill space by putting them up here. Of course I'm just gonna take that off now. Get that out of the way. And that is Jenga. Last but not least, now that we're done, we'll talk about the other accessories. It does come with a single temperature probe. This temperature probe does plug in down here. You can have up to 4 of these going at any time to basically monitor your meats. Does come with 1. You can purchase 3 additional ones. Power supply. Power supply is a 12-volt power supply, so it does have a wall wart, which is fine. It does keep it out of the elements because it is outside. I'd rather not have the electronics down below where it's going to get wet. So there's that. But it does lock onto the power port down here. So when you put it on here, you twist, and then it's not going to come unplugged accidentally by something, the wind or something bumping it or something like that. So that is nice, and it looks like it's a very long cable, which is unique because most of my grills don't come with a long cable. You almost have to put an extension cord if you need to. So that is nice. Nice long cable. Accessories. Recommended accessories. First, grill cover. Specifically, if you're going to store it outside at all, you're going to want to cover this and protect it. They do make a grill cover specifically for the Gravity Series. Fire starters. These are great. They make it really easy to start the charcoal and get it going without adding anything else. You just put one of these guys down into the guy and let her light up. I'm going to be interested to see how this actually ignites versus the Autoignite series that I have over here. And then, of course, lastly is charcoal. I've actually been using Mastercraft's charcoal with my Autoignite series. It works really, really good. I have nothing but great things to say about it. And so you can get these, but you can use your favorite charcoal if you don't want to try out theirs. So that is the assembly, at least, of the Gravity Series 600. I'm really looking forward to testing this out, but as the day progresses and I'm sweated out, we're going to do that for another day. Now that said, I'm probably going to post this one first, and then right in the succession series is going to be the first time use, getting it up and running, and essentially burning off all the chemicals and stuff from the factory. Then we'll do the Wi-Fi setup, and then we'll do the review. So by all means, if you're watching this and I don't have the other ones up, I apologize. They are coming. So thank you for watching to the end of this video, And as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you back here on GeekSmart for another build setup tutorial. See you soon.